I just bought 2 new skeins of yarn yesterday. I'll show you the label. And this is a linen cotton blend of yarn. And I really want to start making something with one of them as soon as possible. So I'm gonna go wind them into cakes so I can start using them right away. I only wound 1 skein into a cake because this is the only yarn that I need right away. This yarn I won't be using right away, so I can just wind it another day. And the project that I want to make with this yarn is a Raglan, either a Raglan baby tee or a Raglan long sleeve. Maybe it would have to be slightly cropped if I make a long sleeve Raglan with this yarn because I only have 1 skein of this yarn. But this 1 skein is 630 yards, so it will go a long way. I think I might be able to make a long sleeve Raglan top with this yarn if I use bigger needles and have it be open knit. I think I actually might have enough. But before even starting this new project, I told myself that I would finish my current project before starting anything new. And this current project that I've been working on for over a month now is this Raglan baby tee. And it is so close to being done. All I have left to do is picking up stitches along the neckline and creating a little bit of a collar. And then I might do some slip stitches along the sleeves and maybe the bottom edge just because they're rolling a little bit and I don't want that. But I should be able to finish all of this pretty quickly, and then once I finish this top, I can cast on another Raglan. I am just on a Raglan kick right now. I just want to make a bunch of Raglan, specifically Raglan baby tees, because spring is coming up and I want things to wear for the spring and summer months. So last night I finished the collar of this top, but when I tried it on this morning, I felt like I wanted to make it slightly longer, so I might do that. But before I even think about doing that, I'm actually gonna take out about 5 rows at the bottom of this top, just because it feels just a little too long. And I know that when I block it, it's gonna get even longer. So yeah, I'm gonna take out some rows at the bottom here, and then I might add a few rows for the collar, and then I still have to slip stitch the edges of the sleeve. So I'm gonna try doing all of that while sitting outside since it's pretty nice out today. I took out 5 rows and now I have all my stitches back on my circular needles, and next I'm going to bind off my stitches. But before I do that, I'm actually gonna take out a bunch of rows of another project that I'm working on at the moment, which is this spring sweater. I am referring to it as a spring sweater because I am planning on wearing it in the springtime, and I feel like these are very spring colors, but I am using a pretty bulky mohair yarn to make this, so it's probably gonna be a little warm. So I don't know if it's the most practical spring sweater, but it is pretty open knit, so I'm hoping it'll be kind of like nice and airy with all these holes in it. Yeah. Anyway, I also have to take out probably actually like 5 rows at the bottom of this sweater as well, just like I did with this Raglan top right here. And the reason why I have to take out rows for this project is because I was doing some shaping to kind of bring it in around my waist, and I think I did too much shaping, so I want to take some of it out. Also, I am filming the process of me making this sweater, so if you want to see me make this sweater, then definitely check out that video. Now I'm wondering if I should even take out some of these decreases, because when I tried this on, it was still on my circular needles. I didn't put it on a lifeline to try it on like I usually do, so yeah, it's kind of hard to say. Okay, so I did end up taking out some of the decreases, so hopefully that was the right decision. Oh shit. I just went for a run with my sister and it was very nice. I haven't ran since I think like last summer, and honestly I haven't really done any sort of exercise for a couple months now, so I needed this. It felt really nice, and it's actually such a nice day today, so the weather was perfect for a run. So I'm really glad I did that. And then we went to go get some coffee afterwards, and now I'm just waiting to shower because my sister is showering first because she's got to go to work and I don't. And while I wait for her to finish taking her shower, I'm going to take this time to block my green Raglan baby tea because I finished it yesterday, so all I have left to do for it is blocking it. So yesterday, after I finished the green Raglan, I cast on a new Raglan, and I did it with the yarn that I wound at the start of this video. And this is what I have so far. But after working a few rows, I realized that this might be a little too open knit, and I do love an open lacy knit, but I didn't really want that for this project because I want to make this top to wear during my upcoming trip to Japan in May, and I want to dress a little bit more conservatively while I'm in Japan, so I don't want to wear something that's super see-through. So what I have to do is I either have to change my needle size, which I don't want to do because if I go any smaller than this, it's going to take me forever to finish this. And again, I want it for my trip to Japan, which is in May, and it is currently, I think it's like March 18th, 19th. I'm not going to change my needle size. So instead, I am going to double up my yarn, and I'm going to pair the yarn that I'm using right now with the other color of this yarn that I haven't yet wound. So I'm going to go wind this skein into a cake, and then I'm gonna have to take apart the few rows that I've done so far and then cast on with both colors. Oh my God. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. This yarn has been a little complicated to wind. To go this one. Okay. Oh shit. Okay, I think we got it this time. Oh my God, I'm actually gonna lose my mind, I think. Okay. Oh. I think we're okay now. For the most part. So unfortunately the yarn broke while I was winding it, so I'm gonna take this yarn off of my winder and just have one little ball, and I'm gonna start winding a second cake, so I'll have 2 cakes. Yeah, it broke and I don't know where it broke. So I can't find the end. What the heck? I don't know if this is the end that broke or if this is the other end of the yarn. Okay. Okay. Oh, I found the other end. So I have 2 ends now. Now I'm gonna resume. If this happens again. No! This is very annoying. Okay, I think I chose the wrong end. Use it. Come on. Okay. Let's just... Okay. I feel like maybe I was going too fast when winding it the first time, and maybe that's why it broke, because it is a pretty thin yarn. So I'm gonna try going a little bit slower. Oh my God. Actually, is it very That was super annoying to wind, but I have my cakes now, and now I'm gonna go cast on this project outside because it looks so beautiful outside. I think it's like 19 degrees Celsius, and I need some fresh air. I don't work a lot today. I only have one client, and she's coming at 4:15, and I think it's like 2:30 right now. So I'm just gonna spend the next like hour and a half, 2 hours sitting outside and knitting. Yeah. I just finished working up a tiny little swatch with 6mm needles just to see what it looked like with slightly bigger needles, and I think I like it. It's definitely still open knit, but it's less than before because I'm double stranding it this time, and I feel like the 6mm needles don't make a huge difference, but I think I like it better. Well, actually, to be honest, I haven't swatched with the 5mm needles and the double strands. I've only seen it with the 5mm needles and one strand. But I don't feel like doing another. Oh, I should probably do a swatch. I don't want to do another swatch though. Okay, I'll do another swatch and compare. But this is what it looks like with 6mm needles. Okay, so this is what it looks like with 5mm needles. And honestly, it's not that big of a difference. It's still pretty see-through. So I don't want the see-through aspect to prevent me from doing what I really want to do, which is working up this top with 6mm needles. Damn, there's a person and they're looking, so that's embarrassing. And if I work it up with 6mm needles and it ends up being really see-through and I still want to wear it to Japan, I'll just wear something underneath. Another thing is I want to make this a long sleeve raglan, so I actually have to use 6mm needles because I don't think I'll have enough yarn if I work up this top with 5mm needles. So I'm gonna take this swatch apart and I'm gonna cast on with 6mm needles. I'm only 2 rows in at the moment, but I can already tell that the 6mm needles were the right decision. I'm taking a little break from my knitting to have a snack, and I just cut up some peppers and cucumbers as a snack and just put some no salt seasoning on it. It's kind of boring, but I love peppers. So yesterday I finished the body of this sweater, and this is what it's looking like. And I still haven't tried it on yet, so I'm gonna try it on now to see what it's looking like so far. It looks like it's a pretty okay shape. Okay, nice. Okay, I think it's okay. I don't know if I like the way that it's flaring out at the bottom. Actually, I think it's okay. It's kind of cute. Yeah, so the way that I did the body of this sweater is I did some shaping. I did some decreases, like 2 sets of decreases on each side around this point right here. And then I did 1 increase on each side around this point here. And then I did a stretchy bind off at the bottom. And I feel like it's the stretchy bind off at the bottom that's making it like flare out a lot. I just never know what bind off to do because like I want it to be stretchy. I don't want it to be like super tight at the bottom. So then I do a stretchy bind off, but then the stretchy bind off flares, and I don't like when it does that because it just creates a totally different shape when it flares. So yeah, usually I'll do, I think it's called an Icelandic bind off. There's probably other names for it too, but yeah, that's another bind off that I do pretty often, and I really like it because it does have a little bit of stretch, but it's not too much. But sometimes it's like still kind of tight, like when I stretch, I don't know. Maybe I'll take apart this bind off and do it again with an Icelandic bind off, but I'll do that later because right now I want to focus on the sleeves. So now I'm just gonna pick up the stitches for one of the sleeves and start working on a sleeve. And I might go outside to knit for a little bit because it says it's kind of warm. I think it's like 10 degrees outside, but it's a little cloudy. I think it's supposed to rain later, but it's not raining right now. So I think I'm gonna go outside before it rains. I did about 5 rows on the sleeve, but I felt a raindrop, so I'm gonna go inside. So I finished blocking this top, and I actually just tried it on about 15 minutes ago for the first time after blocking, and the top ended up being a little longer than what I wanted it to be, so it definitely grew during the blocking process. I could have left it, it was okay, but I spent so long making this top that I want it to be perfect. So right now I'm taking out honestly about 15 or 20 rows at the bottom of this top, and I'm actually bringing it back to where I did the decreases. So I'm taking out all the increases that I did at the bottom, and then I'm taking out one of the decrease rows as well. And I'm gonna replace the decrease row that I'm taking out with an increase row, because I definitely brought the decreases a little too low. Like I did the decreases like up until like this point right here, and I have to leave the house in about an hour. So I'm gonna see if I can finish this before I leave. So I took out all the increase rows that I did at the bottom, and now I'm getting really close to the one decrease row that I want to take out. But it's so weird because it looks like I've done some increases at the bottom right here because it's flaring out, but it's literally just decreases. I would have to say I'm still fairly new to shaping garments. I'm definitely still figuring things out, and this is definitely interesting. In order to create like an hourglass kind of shape, I thought I would have to add like a lot of increases at the bottom of a garment to have it flare back out, but it kind of looks like it's just, it kind of does it on its own. And I think up until this point, I've been doing too many increases at the bottom of my garments. So this is what the green raglan looks like when I put it on, and I love it. It honestly came out exactly how I wanted it to, and I'm super, super happy with it. Not only do I think it looks really nice, it's also comfortable. And I would have to say that my favorite thing about this top is the fact that it's practical, because I have knit and crocheted a lot of clothing over the last year and a half, and honestly most of what I've made isn't like the most practical thing to wear, so I just end up not wearing it. And when I say practical, I mean it's comfortable to wear, like it's very soft, it's very light, and since it's made out of silk, it'll be really nice to wear in warmer weather. And I absolutely love how it looks on. So the fact that it's comfortable and I really like how it looks on, I feel like make this top very practical because I'll actually end up wearing it. Yeah, I just love this top so much. It's definitely my new favorite item of clothing that I've made. So I'm definitely gonna be making more tops like this one, especially because I wear tees like this all the time. So I know I'm gonna wear it. And I have a lot of summer yarn that I want to make some summer clothing with. So I'll probably end up making a lot more tees like this one with some of my other summer yarn. But that's all I'm gonna say for this top. But I do want to show you one more thing before I end this video, and that is my spring sweater. So I did end up finishing the spring sweater, but I still have to block it and weave in the ends. So if you want to see what it looks like on, then definitely check out my next video where I'll be showing you guys the entire process of me making this sweater. But that's it for this video, but thank you guys so much for watching, and please let me know what you guys think of the green raglan top in the comments down below. I would love to hear your thoughts. But I'm gonna go now, so hopefully I'll see you in one of my next videos. Bye!